Ever since it happened, this event has stuck with me. It is something I will never forget. It is something a lot of people will never forget. Every year, on what is known as Marathon Monday, people from all over the world crowd on the Hopkinton Common. Going to the marathon has always been a tradition in my family, and I've gone every year since I was about 3. It was always a happy and spirited time of year. But 2 years ago, a tragic event took place, making this happy day a day of sadness, tragedy, and loss. On April 15th, 2013, it was the 117th annual Boston Marathon. 27,000 official runners started the 26.2-mile distance in separate ways, ready to face hours of running. After the race took off, my mom and I walked back to where the starting line was, passing several armed military officers on the sidelines. We came up to local police officers that my mom knew, standing next to 5 bomb dogs. I was curious why all the dogs and officers were there, and the police explained to me and my mom that they were there for everyone's safety. Little did we know that about 5 hours later, 2 bombs would strike the streets of Boston, killing 3 and injuring hundreds of innocent people. Officials had swept the area twice for bombs before the explosion, but the search was not enough. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was in the car running errands with my friend Stella and her mom. On the way back to her house, we were listening to music, the radio blaring in our ears. We changed the channel to a different radio station, and a man announcing the news came on. "Blood at the finish line," he said. But Mrs. Katsamasakis quickly changed the station so we could continue listening to music. While Stella's mom did not notice what the man had said, me and Stella did. We exchanged whispers in the back of the car, wondering what it meant. But soon our focus went to the music. When we got to Stella's house, Mr. Katsamasakis was watching TV in the living room. When he saw us come in, the first words he said were, "Did you hear?" We had no idea what he was talking about. But after looking at the screen and seeing the words, "bomb explosion" at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, we then knew what millions of people around the world had already known. Me and Stella looked at each other in shock about what we had just heard. I then looked back at the screen, and after seeing the information again, tears started to form in my eyes. I ran to Mrs. Katsamasakis and asked if I could call my mom. Without asking any questions, she looked around and searched for the home phone, then quickly grabbed it and gave it to me. When my mom dropped me off at Stella's house, she told me that she was going to drive to the finish line in Boston because one of her family friends was in the race. When the phone started to ring, I began to cry. The only thoughts racing in my mind were, are they hurt? What happened? Is my mom okay? Is my sister okay? I needed to know that they were fine and that everything was all right and that nothing was wrong. And soon, all my thoughts and questions were answered when my mom answered the phone in her normal, happy, calm voice and said hello. Thank you.